This open government investigation was brought to you in part by the generous contributions made to the GoFund Honor Your Oath campaign. If you can, please click on the link provided in the description of this video and contribute. Thank you. St. Johns County School District Public Record Protocol. District Protocol requires that the on-site records custodian or the Community Relations Department staff, as a custodian's designee, to review records requested to confirm they are subject to public disclosure under the Florida Public Records Law, and to coordinate the inspection and copying. General rules. Requests made or addressed to the district schools or other offices may be processed by the on-site custodian. Alternatively, the on-site custodian may refer that request to the designated CRD staff for response. When should the on-site records custodian refer the request to the CRD staff? Complex requests that would involve numerous records, extensive research, or IT retrieval, or that raise confidentiality or exemption issues should be referred to the CRD staff to process as designee. The on-site custodian or designee, as applicable, should A. Acknowledge the request, B. Process the request in good faith and in reasonable time, C. Determine the existence and location of the requested records, D. Review the requested records for confidential or exempt material and possible redaction, E. Notify the requesting party of any claim of confidentiality or exemption, and F. Produce the non-exempt, non-confidential records for inspection and possible copying. An individual requesting to inspect, photograph, or obtain copies of public records does not have to show identification or give a reason for the request. If the request is being made in person, the individual may remain in the lobby of the school or building where the request is being made while the request is processed in accordance with this protocol. What have we learned from the St. Johns County School District's very own Public Records Protocol? 1. The public has a right to visit schools or school facilities during normal business operating hours to submit public records requests. 2. If the nature and volume of the request does not include extensive records, extensive research, or contain confidential or exempt information, the on-site custodian must produce the records for inspection or copying. 3. The person requesting the records is not required to identify themselves or have a specific purpose or reason for wanting the records. 4. The person requesting the records has a right to remain in the public lobby area of the school or school facility while the records are being processed. In the following public records request at Bartram Trail High School, I submitted my request to Principal Don Sapp, who is the on-site custodian. The records I requested were stored on-site at Bartram Trail High School and are required by law to be easily accessible. The records contain no exempt or confidential information.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm Dawn Sapp. I'm the principal.
Nice to meet you. What I'm just here for is just to do the public record request. I'd just like to inspect what would be the the monthly emergency test for 2015 and the fire reports for 2015.
Okay, and I understand that, but those public records requests have to go through our district. So we don't honor those right here at the school site.
But the records, I'm not asking for copies of the records. I'm actually asking to actually inspect and photograph the records that you have here.
Okay,
You know.
but we're not going to release any of that to you directly. And in the future,
Yes.
if you come on campus, you're expected to identify yourself. So
Really, even if I'm making a public record
yes,
request?
you have to identify yourself. So we have to know who's on campus. You know, a lot of these schools, you don't even gain entry. We don't have that system yet. But
Right, and
once
that's
you
why I'm
come
just
on
in the public
campus-
lobby area
Yeah,
where
but you still,
I wouldn't go past the public
during
lobby
school
area.
hours, once you come into this lobby area, you're expected to let us know.
But not when I'm making a public records request, though.
Well, if you want to make that, you can do it downtown. But if you come to the school site, you need to tell us who you are. You can't just walk in and say, "I'm not going to tell you who I am." That's not.
Even if I'm making a public records request? Really?
Right.
Well, this is the public lobby area that they'll
No.
do that.
You have to identify yourself. So if you are going to come back, you need to be willing to identify yourself.
I'm not going to identify myself too.
601 to Officer Scott. Could you please come to the front office area?